Hey, welcome back, ghouls and goblins, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. I hope you're having an absolute magical day. Holy Toledos, we have a brand new standard best of one build for you today. This is blue and green spirits, getting down, getting dirty with one of the funnest tribal decks that I've played with in recent months. Within today's video, we'll do our best to break down the deck list, talking about the strategies and synergies, showcasing all of this within our gameplay footage, wrapping up with our final thoughts, deck review, and our pack opening, which is super exciting. So make sure to smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, because it really does help support the channel and this great content into the future. But for now, let's just take a look at the deck. Yayo! The future is now, old man. The Spirit Within, shoutouts to the original Final Fantasy movie, which inspired this deck as I was watching it last night. A fantastic build within standard best of one, 2.7 average mana value with 22 creatures to our 16 non-creatures. So pretty decent average or ratio here to allow us to get down and dirty. And there's going to be 22 lands in the build, but don't worry, 23 and 24 coming to us through the Bolt lands, the Seagate and the Turnt Timber. And we also have a couple copies of the Glasspool Mimic as well, right? That's going to bring us up to the 26 total lands if we need. And there is also ramp within the build via Jugon Defends the Temple. You know, when it enters play, creating that 1/1 human monk creature token that can tap to add 1 green to our pool, which is just absolutely beautiful, right? So some decent mana within the build. There's double blue, right? That's all we're really focused on. The triple green and the triple blue, not really anything to give any thought to unless, you know, you're that far down the road anyways, but balance your lands 1 for 1. You know, here's a green, here's a blue, here's a green, here's a blue, and keep in mind to do the double blue first if you can. But again, these are things that just come with playing the game in general, not specific to this deck. But where we're getting down and where we're getting dirty is with these spirits. We have the Patrician Geist as a 3-drop 2/2 with flying, and other spirits we control will receive +1/+1. Spells we cast from the grave will cost 1 less to cast, which is quite nice if you have things with flashback. I do think that we removed the flashback within the deck. It was nice with the cost reduction, but it wasn't actually performing as nicely as we would have expected it to. However, you know, just buffing up our spirits with the +1/+1 is going to be really nice, right? So other spirits that we have in the deck, the Willow Geist is very nice. The Kami of Transience is very nice. The Maskwood Vandal, also a spirit because it's a shapeshifter. Teachings of the Kirin will allow us to create a 1/1 spirit, and then it will transform eventually into the Kirin-Touched Orochi. Woof. And that's going to be a spirit as well. Not a spirit, sorry, but it can create spirit counters or tokens. I'm all over the place today. Whenever it attacks, choose 1, exile a target creature card from a graveyard when you do create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. And that's what I mean to articulate. LOL. We can also put +1/+1 counters on creatures if we're taking non-creatures. But again, take a creature, get a creature, take a non-creature, get a +1/+1 counter. If you know, you can maybe remember that a little bit better than myself. And then the Glasspool Mimic, obviously, as a shapeshifter, is going to be a spirit as well. The Cemetery Illuminator is also a spirit. Jugon Defends the Temple, as it transforms into the Rising Star, is a spirit, which we quite like. The Bears of Littjara makes a shapeshifter, also a spirit. So, you know, a ton of spirit creatures within the deck, and even more so than the 22 that's listed within the deck stats, because, you know, like Bears of Littjara, like Teachings of the Kirin, we have a couple extra spirits being created. Even Jugon Defends the Temple, making more spirits than are listed just as our creature base, right? Which is really quite nice as far as that versatility and just general value goes within the deck. Breaking aside from, you know, just stacking spirits, we have the Willow Geist. Whenever a card leaves our graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on the Willow Geist. So most notably, the Maskwood Vandal can exile a card from our a creature card from our graveyard, that is, to destroy an artifact or enchantment that our opponent controls on entry. Ridiculously good. This is so good. And you know, it's easy to fill the grave to grab a creature to exile with the Vandal, with the Teachings of the Kirin. When it enters, mill 3 cards, create that spirit token that we talked about, right? So you know, that's really good. And then, you know, getting it out of the graveyard with the Vandal to push up the Willow Geist. We can also push up the Willow Geist with the Kami of Transience whenever an enchantment leaves the battlefield during our turn. I don't even think it's during our turn, just in general. We get to bring this bad boy back from the grave to our hand. And again, that's going to leave the grave and help the Willow Geist buff up, which is quite nice. The Quandrix Command, target player shuffles 3 target cards from their graveyard into their library. That's out of the grave, into the library, pushing up the Willow Geist there. That's quite nice. And maybe most importantly, the Cemetery Illuminator for 3. When it enters or attacks, exile target card from a graveyard, right? You can cast cards that share type with the exiled cards as well off the top of your library, which is ridiculous. Cast, not play, so you can't put lands. Just, you know, word to the wise. However, you know, you take creature first and foremost, you take enchantment second, and then you can take instant third. However, at the same time, prioritize your opponent's graveyard because, you know, they might have something with flashback. They might have a creature they're going to bring back. You know what I mean? So there's lots of things that you would want to deal with from their grave potentially as well. But, you know, your priority remains the same if at all possible. So that's all the different ways that we can remove cards from the grave for the Willow Geist. And of course, you know, it's going to grow, which is fantastic. We can put counters on it as well. Jugin's going to put +1/+1 counters on things. Teaching the Kirin is going to put +1/+1 counters on things, which is really, really nice. And that's going to push up the Willow Geist. And then when it dies, we're going to gain life equal to its power, which is going to help sustain our life total against some of those more aggressive decks, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We have removal through the Bears of Littjara. It makes a 2/2, and we have the Vandal. Both of those can be pushed up to 4/4, and then we get to choose one other target creature or planeswalker, and each creature with power 4 or greater will deal damage equal to its power to that permanent, which is really nice. So, you know, some quasi removal here. We also have the ability to bounce things, putting a creature or planeswalker into its owner's hand, which is quite nice. We can also buff up our team with 2 +1/+1 counters and counter artifact or enchantment spell, which again is very, very, very good in the current meta. Snare can copy, not copy, but counter spells at instant speed for 3, costing 1 less if we have a spirit, and an additional 1 less if we have an enchantment, and then they have to pay 3, if not, it gets countered, and we just happen to have a lot of enchantments, we just happen to have a lot of spirits, which is very, very good with the deck. Glasspool Mimic, you know, typically you're going to want to copy the Patrician Geist with this card. It's going to give you that +1/+1, which is really good. But however, you know, there's other things that you might want to copy, like the Vandal, if you have to remove something, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And, you know, of course, there's the Remnant of the Rising Star if you really like that ability. But, you know, you're spending all your mana on it anyway, so that really doesn't make too much sense. The Kirin ability makes more sense than that. But at the end of the day, you know, just stack these Geists to the moon and smash your opponent. You know, with your trample, with your flyers, and you've got nice removal and interaction along the journey. We've got Hall of the Storm Giants. For our creature land, we have the Soaring City here as interaction. For some reason, I don't have the Lair or Boju. It was very late when I was building this deck. That's pretty funny. Just realizing this now, but we can, you know, quite easily fix that up. And then again, we just drop because we have those bolt lands, so that's not a problem. Making the deck even better for you guys today here. Sometimes I miss things, and, you know, here we are. So that's the fun of it. That's the joy of, you know, making these brand new decks and testing them out and seeing how they perform and making them better, right? That's actually the most enjoyable part for me is, yeah, making the deck is cool, but improving it as we continue on through the set is even better, right? So with that being said, in today's video, you know, maybe take some notes and what did you think of the build? How could we improve it? Obviously, those lands are going to be a big start. But other than that, you know, don't hold back. Let me know in the comments below. And thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your time and attention. It really does mean the world to me. Cheers. Have a magical day. Don't forget to watch to the end because we have a pack opening. Enjoy. Alrighty, let's get after it. I mean, it's not a bad start if we can find that third land. Hoping it's a blue source. Right? We have a couple turns to get there, but, you know, I'd like to be there sooner than later. Oh, into exile. People are just like, you are not gaining life with that guy, man. Get out of here. Kami in play. Love to see it. 2/2 with trample. Come back from the grave when an enchantment leaves play. Oh, third land. It is the wrong color, though. gonna hit for 2. Wanna be greedy. Wanna be greedy. 2 commies? Come on. What could go wrong? They immediately nuke them both. Oh, one of them anyways. It happens, huh? Fable's a very good card. Would have loved to have countered that. Another forest. Ugh. Whatever, make your treasure, don't care. Probably just gonna remove it anyways. Especially if we intended to block with it, right? Then it would definitely be gonzoed. Three lands, playing to potentially 4. We see an Infernal Star discarded to the grave, which is actually a little worrisome. That's a big boy. 2 Abrades as well. Okay. Removal tribal? Mono red removal? Can I have a blue source? Dang you. This is a little grim here. I need a blue land, please. I knew I was going to regret playing this as a forest to start the game. That was just, man. Maybe we don't want to do that. Okay. I mean, at least this transforms. That's relatively helpful. Without it, we're basically pooched. Fairly certain we still are, but hey, we'll try our best. Oopsie doopsie. Yeah, out of here. Counters. They still get to learn, which is annoying. I wonder if they have an additional damage. We'll just take that damage. We really need the Rising Star to survive here. And we really need an island. There. Probably gonna get burned for this. A 2. And, what do they have? I'm gonna take their creature. And then I'm gonna smash for 4 to 11. As long as we don't get interacted with here, just draw another land, grab some life, right? Don't play anything to copy with Kiki Jiki, that's illegal. Well, it's a legendary though, so could be worse. We're only getting hit for 7, or not at all. Oh, if only we had 6 land. Okay, what's crazy here is that we could bounce this, and as we go to bounce it, they could make a copy of it, and then the legendary effect would send this to the grave, and then... Okay, I do like that, because then it's gone. Right? Like, sure, they can Kiki it here, but then on my end phase, it goes away. right? So this one will go to the grave from the legendary rule if they want to stop the attack. No. Do they have lethal next turn? I don't think so. I think, you know, we're clear to hit for 10. They're down to 1, and we could probably survive. All right, we're going to look for better land here. Easy mulligan. Keep and toss the snare? In 1, 2, 3. That's kind of how Magic goes, ideally. An eye twitch. Loving that trample. We're not going to give them the learn. Not today, Junior. There's nothing in the grave for the Illuminator, which isn't great, but... Let's go Jugan. Kami goes up. We're going to attack with the Kami and probably lose the Willow Geist or this 1/1. Oh, we just lose Kami immediately. And that's interesting to me because the Kami can come back. So, when we have an enchantment leave, Kami's back into hand, and they've removed it. Sure, they've gained a little bit of life, but they've also exiled a card from their hand, which is putting them, you know, just at a clear disadvantage. We can play them both. I do think that's the play here. And just be like, no, you're a meat hook, right? I don't know, we're in a bad spot here because of the ghasts. Basically stopping us from attacking. Whatever, dog. Whatever, dog. No, you're a meat hook. Right? It's like if we save our creatures, they're just gonna die anyways. I want to leave the Kami in the grave. They can still kill the Geist. Unpleasant, but I think that was definitely our best option. They make a treasure. There's like, I'm wiping your field. I'm definitely giving you the meat hook now. After that, oh boy, you're done. Just smell the meat hook in the morning. It's also blood on the snow because we have snow swamps, which really strikes home to me because I live in the swamp and it is always snowy. Like these snow swamps. Hashtag Alberta. Aw, The land. Never give up. Never surrender. They're a little bit weary, maybe though this time, right? After the first. Interesting. So they can kill one Geist and make a treasure. 2 treasures. 3 treasures now. For a total of 7. 8 available mana. Shadow's Verdict, get wrecked, kid. Dodging the death triggers on the gas for the life gain. We don't really need it. We're still at 20, but would have been nice. Oh, that island would have been nice as well. Hit for 3, exiling something from the grave. It sucks that we didn't shuffle this Kami back. I was expecting to have the enchantment leave play, have it come back, but it actually got scooped up in the exile as well. Incredibly unpleasant. They're down to that 1 card in hand here, so let's see how that pans out for them. We hit for 2, down to 10. Oh, dirtydog.ca / get wrecked. That's a good card. They get the draw off it as well, which is maybe the best part for them. Okay, creatures, enchantments. Land on top. 2 cards in hand. Down to 10. There it is. I knew I smelt it. Where is that thing? Freaking up the place, huh? It's just so smelly. Oh, dumping their treasures in to take us to 12. And they take the creature out, which little do they know is the best play they've made all day. Whatever, man. I'm just gonna go wide and bash. We don't have a creature to exile with the Vandal because they just took care of it with their Hive, which is unpleasant. 1 card in hand. How does this cookie crumble? Why are you looking at your own grave? Oh, dirty dog. Yes, you are. Oh, learn is good. And they have the land. They're doing well. Doing very well. Down to 9. How many field wipes has that been? Just like too many. We pass our turn. Do you honestly think I wouldn't double block this, bro? I know you're taking the Geist. And that's not the right play. You should take the Shapeshifter. You should take the Shapeshifter.ca. Yeah. Who's a 4/4? Who's got life gain in the field? Yes, I do. Oh, gosh. No attacks. They have another Hive here. There's 2 of them, which I find just revolting. And for 1, down to 7. Rodeo. Are you kidding me? Wow. That's ridiculous. Vanishing Verse, Meat Hook, Blood on the Snow. That is just like... Holy. Not necessarily what we wanted there. Good game. No, I mean, we got outplayed. That's just it. We got outplayed, chat. Misprioritized our counter off of the start there, I suppose, maybe. Oh! Alrighty, then. We are off to the races. I got burnt last time I paid life for this, so I'm going to do it again. We're going to make sure it was a mistake. Right? Let's confirm. And what better place to confirm this than against a mono red deck? It could have both enchantment and artifact creatures, but whatever. We have 4 of them. We can do it with, you know, 2, 3, and 4 if that's the case. I don't want to just leave it in my hand. Okay. Black Source. Valky takes the Geist or the Illuminator? Both are pretty... I mean, I would take the Illuminator, maybe. We have no removal. And it's a draw engine. Quasi-draw engine. I have my heater on because it's so cold in here. Let me know in the comments below if you can hear it. You know what I mean? It's so loud to me, but maybe it doesn't come through. This allows us to just put on more pressure than we typically would. I don't think they were going to block anyways, but, you know, this might increase that chance. It's hard to say. Might also decrease it depending on, I guess, their personality type. Jiki's fantastic. Nice curve, bro. Seas of 7 Pepper. I like that name. This might come back to burn us here as well, leaving that. Let's just push in as aggressively as we can, and, you know, maybe there's no meat hook. Right? If we could just continue to apply pressure. Let's keep hidden information. I mean, I kind of almost want to play that Illuminator, other than the fact it doesn't have an exile, but it's a flyer that is a spirit that can attack next turn after that Summoning Sickness. This is a human, doesn't get the buff, but they might remove the Geist, and I'd like hidden information, because they're like, oh, well, who knows what this card is, right? There's an enchantment out, there's a spirit out, it could be a Geist Snare. Let's see what it is for ourselves. And we lose it. If it was a Geist Snare, we could have countered that successfully, though. Wish it was. Not enough mana for Valky's transformation, but there could still be removal. No blocks. 2 mana is not great, though. Did you know Mojo can fit both of his fists in his mouth? HGG, stop it. Trample goes up. Flying goes up. Probably shouldn't have put it on the flyer because it's high priority removal for 2. Probably should not have put it on the flying.com. Right, we could get burned here. It's a contact point. But it is the most damage for us. So it's one of those weird situations. I guess let's keep the human back. We could have forced the, maybe some extra damage through. It's only, potentially 1 to 2 extra damage there. Wouldn't have been lethal. And that frees up our card from Valky. I'm going to take their underdog. All right, that's a good exile. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. That was hot. They're going to meat hook us for sure. There's no way they stand for that. They're like, I'm done. I'm done with you. You're done, kid. Meat hook, meat hook, meat hook, meat hook. All right. I get it, bro. Oh, then they get our card again, which sucks. We gained some life there. But that was good. I like that. Thoroughly enjoyed that play. Hey, Juan. How often do you get to take a mirror breaker out off the top of your library like that, right? And it's a good thing we did because we would have been screwed right now. I'm not entirely sure about the rest of this match, though. A little worried. Blood on the Snow is all over the place. Yeah, it's like... They're there! This might be our 3rd Blood on the Snow in the row. Definitely it's our 2nd. I know this for sure. Short-term memory and all, but... It's for sure 2. It could be 3. Three cards in their hand. Loth as a draw engine with the Hive. Not a fan. We do have Trample, though, right? So if there are no answers in their hand, the Hive needs to act as a defensive play. Okay, nice, bro. Really cool. Good for you.ca. Lose life, I dare you. No, they're like, I'm just gonna get blockers. I never know. What a bummer. We have good triggers going on here. I want to put it on the Spirit instead. It's kind of like more of a dummy creature. We can keep the Kirin and the Remnant alive. Maybe we can juice some additional value out of the deck. But, you know, Tybalt is going to erase us here quite quickly. Again, you know, we're in prototype version of the deck. They're in, you know, tier 0 rating gear. Just doing the starting quests, bro. Give me my Geist back. Oh, nice card. ER. They guaranteed to have another Loath or they wouldn't have minused for the spiders. Really? Showing no mercy. Showing no mercy, chat. I think that we've had bad luck. And I think also that it's about to turn around. Opponent goes first. We're on the play. Turn 1 is good. Turn 2 is nice. Looking for that third land, though, still. Ruins. This is a good deck. This is a very good deck. Nervous! Right in with a Rune of Might. Okay. It's a big boy. No blockage. Little Milleronis. Bloop, bloop, bloop. No creature, though, for the Vandal. Well, that's not great. We do have Geist Bounce, though, which could be good. Kiki Jiki, settle down. No blocks. Down to 13 already. Hashtag stop it. I almost need a creature in my grave, I'm going to be honest. You know, if you want to block, that's fine. I won't be blocking regardless. I am going to race, and hopefully, just hopefully, there's no life gain in this hand. At least for this turn. Next turn, probably, maybe we can just hold up the bouncy wouncy. Well, there's the life gain. Shoot. Yeah. Force them to have it. They just happen to have it. Hit for 7. Oh. That is not good. Down to 6. Thought you said you were racing, bro. I'm trying! No land, and that hurts us a lot. It's 5 damage. That life gain 100% saved them the match. We'd be fairly well positioned to win here. Right, especially as they waste this turn. Okay. Go with the naturalist, eh? Oh, and now they're free casting. I see. We can't even bounce this until combat because they could just replay it for free. Because of the naturalist and the champion. I mean, it's a rune deck popping off, right? It is what it is. And even this treasure saves them too. I mean, we could double block the Rune Forge. An option. Visitor's back in play. Still only 3 land. Hurts. It hurts. We could kill one of these. I think that's the appropriate play here. No, we cannot. There's not a creature in our graveyard. Well, we're dead anyways, so just swing in with all your might. Maybe they'll die. We'll gain 5 life to 7. Still dead. 5, 10, 13... 14 damage represented here, though, and they do gain a large portion of that back. But, I mean, look what we're doing on 3 lands. Against a rune. What? Oh, the life gain still is there after. For a second there, I was like, did I do my math wrong? No. We've done it correctly. But very close. You know what I mean? Like, it couldn't be any closer than this. It's here. There's an active turn 2. Fairly decent turn 3, turn 4. So let's let it rip. I don't know about this second haul, though. I think I'd rather just play on curve. Yeah. We'll sneak it out at some point. Getting that Kami into the graveyard's pretty nice. Without doubt. Okay, there you go. This is our 4th Blood on the Snow deck in a row. How? I'm going to keep that Geist in hand, you know, draw out some more of that single target removal first. If that's an option. I mean, I'm sure there's a binding. Yup. But that brings Kami back, right? We don't mind. Don't mind so much there, do we? I'm going to nuke their land. No, we can't. No creature in grave. Kill this before they get to draw it, right? Push the Kami to 3. You know, really good mana availability here. But it's kind of smelling like that meat hook again. You can just tell. Whole place smells up. Oh, we're just having fun. Nissa's pretty cool. You know, I mean, at least it's not the run-of-the-mill Blood on the Snow meat hook deck. At least for now, we give the benefit of the doubt. Not sure what other choice we have here. Trade or lose your walker. Kami's a good body to throw at the cause because it can come back, right? Hopefully they mill everything good. Okay, recursion spells. We have a reanimator build. Return upon the tide. Diagraph's rebirth. And, well, there's our friend Blood on the Snow. Every match today. It's blood on the snow, blood on the snow, blood on the snow. Blood on the snow, blood on the snow, blood on the snow.
The swamps come to my aid.
Keep it together, HGG. You can do this. Feel like it, man. That might actually be really good. I don't think that +1 counter is going to make much of a difference. Just want it on the stack. It looks pretty when it goes on the stack. X equals 0, baby! Let's go! Needs threatening ability. No, they don't deal with it. I mean, there's no creature here for us to take even. You know what I mean? We'll just take the flashback card. Whoa. That's a lot of lands. Nissa's here as well, which is actually not great. Because she's, again, a reanimator. So we're going to try to cycle. Find that big creature. Vornclex, Toxrill, Titan. You know. It's all the same. This is going to be an 8/8. Oh, no, they go with the plus again. They're just looking for the mill on that creature. They do get a Workshop Warchief, and then it is into play. What a big boy. Fairly interesting. Let's sacrifice a hall. I guess they don't mind it in the grave. But we've dealt with a decent number of their reanimator spells. There goes another. There are 26 cards. They just put them all into play, baby. Let's go. Whoa! That was more lands than I was expecting. So here comes your boy again. We don't appreciate that. It can block. I'm hitting Nissa so she can't minus to make a, 14/14 Tree Folk with Reach. That would be brutal. There's another recursion. They're down to 21. 20. Any removal and we're dead. Like that. Nissa can reanimate a land. Oh, and they blitz it? Wow. It's 15 damage down to 1. That Shadow's Verdict saved them. I didn't see any other Shadow's Verdicts. Okay, Blood on the Snow is an option, but where'd this Shadow's Verdict come from? Right? Is that a one of? Game. Okay, let's go. It's about time. They're just playing so slow. I just tapped. Turn 2's good, turn 3's good. Oh, Kami in the grave is good. The snare in the grave's not great. All right. Maybe a control build. Smells like counter magic here. Well, actually it doesn't, because the 2 white sources. It smells like removal. If anything, right? So I'm going to hit for 2. Oh, you want a Fateful Absence that? You go right ahead. I'll throw in another Teaching. Y'all do you. Right? No one wants to remove tokens. Not a great mill, but whatever. Jeskai build, red, white, and blue. Kiki Jiki. How could you expect anything else? Yep. Just turn on the jets, baby. Let's go. 6 damage down to 12. Is there going to be a field wipe? Every time there is, and we don't happen to have that Geistlight. It would be good here, but we don't have it. Another Reanimator deck. Okay. Not the end of the world. It is still quite good, though. No blocks. Field wipe. 100%. Oh, wow. How is everyone just, like, connecting with their turn 4 white? Incredible. Alright, so we need to hold up this to bounce. Which means we're allowed 2 mana here, and, well, here it is. Right, if it's Velomachus, we have to send it back to their hand. Every game we've played today. All right. I take a creature card. Oh no, non-creature card. Take the Mending. Hashtag dyslexia. And they're just gonna cast it right now. That's fine, we still force it, right? Another Velomachus. We go to 2. Don't we go to 2/2? Oh, we didn't actually because they used it. I'm like, why didn't we get the counter? It's because they used it. So the block. Do we care about the block? Is it important for us to keep that alive? We don't even have to make the choice because they don't want to lose their creature either. Just wish we had that 6th land. Because I cannot put down this command. It's the only thing that saves us here. Here it comes. Invoke Justice. They're there. Right. Nice. Let's push it back. Grab that land, which we so desperately need. And maybe we get lucky with some aggro damage here. It could have just like a simple bounce spell. I'm gonna take their creature. All right, let's take Veli. Down to 5. Do they have their 7th land just to hard cast Veli? Probably. Most likely. No. 2 white sources up only, though. I'm not necessarily sure what would be multi-targeted with just white. Push up the fatties. Maybe that's the wrong answer because they could have removal. Another Jugan. I mean, they have to have interaction at this point. This is enters as not, and we get to select it first no matter what. And we should have done that first to play these on top of, but kind of nervous. Kind of nervous, bro. We missed out on a +1/+1 counter there. Well, that's, no, they just have removal, that means, right? Valorous Stance as well, the good one. Okay, good for them. They have to deal with our 5/5 this turn, or else we kill Hinata. There's their 7th land for Veli. Yikes. Oh my lord, yikes. That might just be lethal. That might just be lethal. They hit for 9 for sure. Down to 9. There's plenty of things to get that extra damage. Let's see if they can find it. Double strike. It's, oh, they're going to defend. Only hitting for 5. We have removal on Hinata, so that is fine. They need to find removal on our 5/5 shapeshifter. We might actually get a win here for once today. I mean, I've won with this deck previous to the recording session, but you'll see the streak that we went on when I'm trying to record matches today. It was just like a total removal fest. Holy Toledos. Who made a Blood on the Snow deck? That's what I want to know. Everyone's running Blood on the Snow, which is upsetting to me because it really destroys us. How we're going to mitigate that? Well, I think Geistlight Snare, sure. Let's play 4 copies of this in the deck. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be fantastic. As far as what we drop, well, it might be that Quandrix Command. It's hard to say. Potentially, oh, it's really, really, really hard to drop things from the deck. I don't think the land should go. I really did like the land. I don't think we flooded too many times. And, you know, having a little bit of extra land with the mill is kind of helpful because sometimes you mill your lands and, you know, you don't want to be missing your land drops. So it's kind of nice to have an abundance of them a little bit. But at that same time, something needs to be cut to make room for those 2 extra counters. Flirting with the command, but at the same time, I don't want to. Jugen can potentially go down to 2 as well to make room for the counters. That is an option. I like the Bears of Littjara. I wouldn't even mind bringing that up a little bit. But this is how it goes, and it's like a continual process that never ends in my mind. I could go on forever, and, you know, we probably will just continue to make more changes, edit the deck, and make it as competitive as it can possibly be. Thanks to all of your help down below in the comments. You know, you took your notes, you jotted them down or whatever. I don't know, maybe you typed them on your phone. Could you jot things on your... I think that turn of phrase works. Anywho, let me know what they are in the comments below, and thank you all so much for watching. It's the pack opening time. Oh, Twitchception. Twitch frickin'ception. Oh my gosh, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone, right? We've got our magic pack. We're going to pretend our production quality is high, right? Let's just pretend we're good at this for a second. All right, we get the pack started off with some beautiful art here. You'll love to see it. How shaky is HGG? There it is. Such good quality. And this is always the opposite ways, I think. Holographic land to start. Holographic planes. Wow. Is this a collector's pack? Body dropper. We like it. Oh, we're already dropping bodies. But we have the Mayhem Patrol. We get the Ready to Rumble. That's slipped out in front of it. Wrecking Crew. Just, you know, limited garbage. Broken Wings. Oh, the Exotic Pets. That's actually a nice card. Get your fishies. Get your fishies. Get your fishies. The Pickpocket. The Swindler. I know. I'm so bad at this. The Augur of Agonies. That's very good. The Exquisite Border as well. Stomper. Get your land on. Get your land on. Very cool. Very cool. And then we get a Holographic Charm. Exquisite Border. Is that alt art as well, I think? I'm pretty sure that's alt art, too. Cabaretti. Oh, wow. This is the best card I've ever seen. The rules! Get your rules on. Wow. That's actually a good pick. Alt art, holographic, exquisite border, Cabaretti Charm. Just a common, though. Don't need that. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Let's not forget about the Stomper either. He's a beaut. I think it's really only playable in a deck with 4 of them, though. I wouldn't want to play with just a few of them. But at the end of the day, it can go into a mono green commander quite successfully, right? Without any doubt. And we've been pulling a lot of green cards. Like we have the War Chief we just got. We just got Vivian, and now the Stomper. Really pulling out these green cards, which is quite cool. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a magical day. Of course, we'll see you soon in the next, and hopefully this process gets a little bit toy or like a toyga as we go on, and maybe we'll even set up a specialty camera for the pack openings. We'll see, but we'll see you in the next first.